What up, guys? It's your boy, Justin. Truly yours, right here with the EG. All right, so just made it back from the first track day. Let's check the fluids and make sure everything's cool. I'm pretty sure everything is good because I was able to make it about 150 miles from the track. So let's just double check everything just to make sure. Car did well, surprisingly. The goal was to drive to the track, rip it up on the track, beat on it, and be able to drive it back home. So it pretty much did its job. Now let's see how well it did the job. So let's just check the oil and make sure we have enough oil. It's right below the second dot, so we're good. As long as we're in between those two dots, we should be good. Oil doesn't look too bad. It's not like pitch black, so oil did its job. That 300V, I think it holds up to 300 degrees. And it was about 110 out there on the track this weekend. So let's check the coolant. I didn't have any overheating issues. Checking with pyrometer, the coolant I've only seen 210, 212, I believe. So radiator's full, didn't burn any coolant off. Hoses all stayed intact. Overflow is still good. Gatorade bottle is holding up nice and good. Yeah, so let's check the brake fluid. Okay. Brake reservoir is pretty good. Not too dark. That was the StopTech .4. Holding up pretty good. Same as the clutch fluid. I didn't feel any weird feelings with the clutch not being light, like too light on the pedal. Clutch fluid stayed good. Everything stayed good. No air bubbles. I didn't have like any spongy brake pedal or light of firmness on the clutch pedal. So those fluids hold up to par. Surprisingly, the car did really well. Couple rock chips, but that's inevitable when you're traveling like 300 miles and being abused on the track. Brakes look good. Everything checks out well. So I resealed the valve cover gasket because I spray painted the valve cover back to a wrinkle black. And it held up pretty well. Valve cover gasket is not leaking. I actually re-siliconed all around the outside of the gasket just for extra assurance. Brakes look good. And pretty much I'm happy with the first outcome of this track day. So here's some of the stuff that I actually picked up for the build. JDM B18C 96 spec, came with a Toyota header. Actually got a really good deal on it. It also came with a AM fuel pressure regulator and the fuel rail. So we'll see how that performs once I get it in. I want to get it tuned and everything, like just to have everything like running proper. Sorry about the mess, guys. I also picked up 2 of these cans just so I don't have to go get gas, because the gas price at Buttonwillow was actually like $9.99, or I think it was $5.99 for 91 and $9.99 for 100 octane or 110. So I'd rather just fill up with 91, get it cheaper, and bring it with me as I go. Picked up some axles from AutoZone. I actually traded my old B series in that I had on my right-hand drive hatch that's just waiting for me to put it all back together. So I actually exchanged for brand new axles. And I actually picked up an exhaust, Apex N1 exhaust. If you notice from my last video, the car is super quiet because it's pretty much bone stock. So Got a really good deal on that on OfferUp. Couldn't go wrong, and it should sound pretty good. Got the valve cover repowder coated by Tony Vargas from Duracoat. Hit him up, guys, if you guys want a killer deal on any powder coating. He powder coated all my parts for me. And as you can see, it came out pretty nice. I actually sanded away the letters, so it gives you the aluminum look, so it looks more legit. Picked up this spark plug cover from some guy on eBay, I believe. Got a good deal on that. And shout out to Grod or Grode from OfferUp. He hooked me up with this carbon Kevlar intake, known as the whale penis, I guess, from like Passport JDM. Yeah, so shout out to Grod. I told him I'd give him a shout out. He does pretty good sales. He hooks parts up for cheap. Thanks again for that. I also picked up a set of race mounts from Passport. Got the basic 3. There's actually 2 more that go like under here. They're known as torque mounts, I believe. There's one on each side, one under that side too. But I think with these you'll be good. I don't think I need any more, or I should say, I don't think I'll have any more engine movement without solving. These are solid polyurethane. I think these are the highest grade that they make. Also picked up one of these tire gauges. So basically I can read my tire pressure, and I also picked up a tire gauge, or I'm sorry, a tire temperature reader. So it's like a probe, you stick it in. I'll put a picture up there. But you basically take the tire temps from the outer, inner, and the center of the tire, and it basically tells you if you have too much air or too little air, and you can make your adjustments with your tire pressures. And if you further get into depth, you can actually adjust the your alignment specs for camber and toe and stuff like that. So it's a little bit more technical, but I'll get there. And shout out to DB7_sales. Picked up this 99 GSR harness that I'm gonna take to work. I've actually got to do some simple pin testing and just a quick continuity test just to make sure that everything is working. After I cut and solder one connector was missing, and the guy was actually able to adjust the price on it, which was pretty fair. So so the next step is to connect it all to the motor and drop it in. I also picked up this vented VIS carbon fiber hood to help with the cooling temps while you're out on the track. It's in pretty rough condition, but it's pretty much just a clear coat that needs to be re-cleared. I didn't actually pay the price that you see there. I actually traded my stock hood and my non-vented OEM style carbon fiber hood that was in pretty much the same condition as the clear coat peeling. So the next step for that is to pretty much just sand it all down and re-clear coat it and slap it on. So I'll still be in search for a carbon fiber lip to go with the hood. I'll probably be putting or borrowing some of my carbon fiber parts from my right-hand drive hatch. Probably be borrowing the trunk and the wing just to match the rest of the car. And then I will also be in search for a gauge cluster since mine stopped working. So I'll be looking to get one of those. And also I'll be in search for a good set of bucket seat harnesses. As you guys can see from my last video, I was rolling around like crazy. I don't know why I have a bad habit of leaning into the turn. I don't know, I used to always do that while go-karting, and I don't know, maybe it's a habit from riding, but hopefully a good set of harnesses will eliminate that problem. So once again, I'd just like to say thanks if you guys made it this far. And don't forget to like my shit. And hook it up with a subscribe. If you guys are down to join me on this journey with this car, and look out for other cars that I'm going to be building in the near future. But for right now, we're going to be getting this EG up to par, and just keep a lookout for it on the track. If I happen to see you guys, don't be afraid to stop by and say hello. All right, guys. Check you guys later.